to another reading vlog. So this is going to be for the Gilmore Girls-a-thon. It started the 15th and it is the 18th, but it goes through the 22nd. So I'm just gonna be doing it this weekend. This weekend I will be house sitting and I will be at a farm and I'll be taking care of a lot of animals, but that gives me a lot of time to do some reading of my physical TBR. I am kind of stretching some of these prompts a little bit, but that is perfectly fine. I'm gonna use the bingo board instead of the prompts, even though I will be able to fulfill some of the prompts. The first bingo board question that I'm going to try to fill out is set in a private school, which I am going to go with Holopox. This is a stretch because it's set at a hotel, but society that she is trying to get into, their like trials and stuff is set at a school on this like planet where you have to have magic to get into the school and stuff. So it's kind of private. Next is a character that comes from a wealthy family. For this, I'm gonna go with My Lady Jane. I don't know for sure if this is gonna fit, but she's about to become queen. So I'm assuming she comes from a royal family of some sorts or something. So maybe. My free space, I am going to read Binti. This is a sci-fi novella about Binti, I think, who it says is the first of the Himba people ever to be offered a place at the Unza University, the finest institution of higher learning in the galaxy. So I guess this could also fit the private school theme, and then I could use Holopox as my free space. The next one could also fit into a private school, but for this I am going to use it as a 5-star. We'll see. I also have another 5-star possibility, but for the 5-star block I'm going to be using Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. This is a YA mystery about a girl who gets into like a private school for like intelligent kids, I guess, and it looks like she also comes from a wealthy family. This could really fit a lot of stuff that I obviously didn't pay enough attention to. But that is gonna be 5-star. And then the last prompt is Snow is mentioned. And I have several of these that I am going to read, but I'm not sure if Snow is actually mentioned. So the first one is Monstrous by Marcy Connolly, which is like a Frankenstein retelling middle grade story about a girl who can't go out in public in the daytime. And then when she goes out at the night, she meets a boy and they work together to solve a mystery. I'm thinking this probably won't have snow in it, but this is like the closest to any of these prompts that I could think of, except free space, obviously. Then the next one that might have snow is A Man Called Ove. This is about an old man who lives alone and he's really grumpy, and then a new family moves in next door and he kind of gets attached to them. But it's set in November, so in Sweden, I think, right? Because Fredrik Backman is a Swedish author. So we'll see if this has any snow in it. We'll see. One of these is gonna fit the prompt. And if it doesn't, I don't know what. That is the Gilmore Girls readathon bingo sheet that I am hoping to fill out this weekend. But I think what I'm gonna start with is A Man Called Ove, because I have the audiobook on Scribd for this. So I'm gonna start this morning and I will let you guys know how I feel about it. I think it's gonna get me emotional. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish it in public, but we'll see how it goes. Happy Gilmore Girls-a-thon. I will be watching plenty of Gilmore Girls this weekend, and I'm so excited about it. Gilmore Girls is a show that my mom and I have watched 1,000 times over my lifetime, and we have a pretty similar relationship to Rory and Lorelai. I relate pretty well to Rory, except I don't have any rich grandparents, and I didn't have all of her romantic problems when I was a teenager. Being raised by a single mom, being a book nerd, that sort of thing. I just related really well to her, even though she really loves classics and that's not my jam. Anyways. So I just finished A Man Called Uva, which is how you pronounce this. I have been pronouncing it wrong for about a month and a half now, so we love that. I just finished this and I am going to give it 3 out of 5 stars. This is essentially the story of Uva, 6 months after his wife passes away, and he is extremely depressed. And a new family moves in next door, and that kind of changes his life. The impression that this book gives is that there is a gradual changing and a gradual like love that is shown throughout the book. No, it's very early on and consistently through the entire book that he is very depressed. He attempts suicide multiple times, so trigger warning for that. And it's even up till the end of the book. So this is sad. There's just a lot to this that is not what I thought it was going to be. That being said, I teared up at some places, but I didn't love it, if that makes sense. It just didn't do it for me, which is crazy because I teared up. Like, it got an emotional response for me. But Frederick Bachman's writing is exceptional. Like, he's a fantastic writer. It did count for the snow prompt, so happy about that. I don't know what I'm going to read next, but I'm not going to start another book tonight for this readathon at least. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow when I am at my dad's to talk about what I'm going to be reading. So. Go over the books that I am going to be reading for the rest of the video. So I think I'm gonna start Monstrous. Like I said before, this is like a Frankenstein retelling, I guess, or a reimagining about this young girl who can't go out into this city or her town during the day. And she meets this young boy who like doesn't find her repulsive, I guess. And they work together to solve the murders that are going on in their town. I actually have not heard that much. That being said, I don't follow like a lot of middle grade booktubers or people on Goodreads that read a lot of middle grade, so this might be like a big thing, but I haven't heard a whole bunch about this, and I am hoping it's going to be nice and cute. I am gonna jump into this. I might make myself a cup of coffee and just get warm and cozy on the couch, and yeah, that's the deal with what I'm gonna be reading. I will talk to you guys later. So I am just having some dinner and I'm watching our queen in the background. I didn't get very far into Monstrous. I'm only 27 pages in, and we're kind of just finding out why she was born, or made, I guess. And it's pretty interesting. So she was originally a girl, like a living girl, I guess. And then she was, what? What? You got something to say? Say it. And then she was kidnapped by a wizard, and her mother was killed in the midst of the kidnapping. And then she was killed. And they think that the wizard has to take young girls because his daughter died, I guess. And so they think like he's using black magic, and part of his black magic is to sacrifice young girls. And we found out that he's like basically put out this disease into the village, and they have to quarantine the girls. Then he takes the girls basically. And then she was, the main girl was kidnapped. They found her dead, and she was then resurrected by her dad. And her literal name is Chimera. So now her dad brought her back to life with the intent of rescuing the girls and then bringing the wizard down because she's immune to his disease that he spread. I'm literally just finding all this out in the 27 pages, but I'm excited to jump in. I'm gonna eat my dinner and watch Books and Lala's Instagram video. She's just, I would pay to take a class taught by her on just how to like be the perfection that she is. I'm going to do all that and jump back into my book. Okay, minor update. I'm only 51 pages in, but her name is Chimera and her father's name is Barnabas, but this guy's name is Daryl. That seems weird. Welcome to day 3 of my participation in the Gilmore-a-thon. It is very early. I got woken up by a very loud cat, and I slept very poorly because of a very loud dog. So, I need to eat some food and get some coffee, and then take care of the animals. I need to go feed the chickens and the outdoor cats. And then I am going to continue reading Monstrous. So I'm gonna go do that, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. This is the culprit that woke me up, aren't you? Aren't you? Aren't you the culprit? Mm-hmm. Yowling at 5 in the morning, huh? And there's the culprit that kept me up last night. Okay, so I just finished Monstrous by Marcy Connolly, and I am going to give this 3 out of 5 stars. This is just too long. It's 420 pages, and it easily could have been, like, 100 pages could have been cut, 150 pages could have been cut, and this would have been a 4-star. Because I like the idea, I like the plot, and all of that. It was just too long. And I can't really say much else about the writing and all that because it's written for ages 8 through 12. So I'm not the demographic for this, but if this was 100 pages less, I would have liked it a lot more. I really loved Chimera. I liked the setup with the boy and the back and forth and her thinking that she's saving all of these girls, and her resolve to make everyone's life better, and the amount that she cares for people, and the love that she has for this town, even though she knows this town won't accept her. I liked all of it. It was just too long and too drawn out, but it was still cute, and I still enjoyed myself. But it took me entirely too long to read that. It is now 1 o'clock, right? Really? It's 1 o'clock on Saturday. So I started that last night at 3, 4, and I just now finished it, and it's only 420 pages. So I think the next book that I'm going to pick up is Truly Devious, and I'm hoping I'll be able to fly through this. It is roughly the same amount of pages. I loved A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which this is closely compared with, so hopefully I will love this as well. But right now, I need to do some cleaning, and I need to shower and do some stuff around tidying and stuff like that. I'm gonna start this, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Right now, I'm just gonna watch Gilmore Girls and knock out the cleaning that I need to do. So. Why does every rich person have a butler named Montgomery? Guys, it is 7 o'clock, and I am halfway through Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, and this is not what I thought it was. So the description of this book and the way that it is reviewed and summarized is that a girl named Stevie is recruited to go to a special academy called Ellingham Academy, which is for really intelligent people in different fields, or intelligent kids, I guess. She appears to be like a non-special person who's just really interested in true crime. And there was a crime that happened with the founder's wife and child. They were kidnapped. There was a note left marked truly devious. And then, go ahead. Are you just gonna fall? Okay. There was someone that confessed to the crime, but it's pretty widely acknowledged that it wasn't really him. But they just didn't have like the sort of evidence and like technology that they really needed to figure out who committed the crime. So the crime basically was pinned on the guy that confessed and never solved. So in present day, Stevie wants to solve the crime. No crime solving has happened. Nothing has happened. No investigation has happened. We have gotten one letter from someone marked truly devious. She has gone into this mysterious tunnel like in the last 20 pages. I am 210 pages in and nothing has happened. I know that this is a series and like there's gonna be set up for like developing the characters and like getting an understanding of who the characters are, but I'm here for a murder mystery. So can you give me some investigation, something? We're getting flashbacks to different people that were involved in the crime back in the day. And so it's kind of setting up like a multiple POVs of people. You're not really sure like who's involved. And so you're reading the like flashbacks with a little bit of like uncertainty, and they all are like unreliable narrators and stuff. That part is interesting. But present day is just not doing it for me. Like, I want some investigation. Like, I feel like at this point, I'm pretty deep into the book. And I haven't, like, learned anything. Nothing's going on. No real investigation is going on. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder was from chapter 1, like, connecting dots and investigating and, like, going to people and doing interviews and like trying to figure out how everything connected in this girl's life. And I'm just not getting any of that. Like, there's no investigating going on, there's no nothing, and it's kind of disappointing up until this part. And John Green lied. He said it's intricately plotted and compulsively readable. I will say it is readable. It's just not plotted, I think. We'll see. I mean, some crazy stuff could happen in the 200 pages left that are like ties back to the stuff that happened in the first 200 pages, but I'm not like holding my breath that this is gonna be like something that I love as much as I loved A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. But I'm gonna jump back into this, and I'm gonna try to finish this and another book tonight, but we'll see. I didn't sleep great last night, as I said, so I'm gonna probably make myself a cup of coffee and see what I can knock out tonight. I am probably not gonna end up finishing all the books that I brought, which is to be expected. I definitely am gonna be able to finish Binti. That's the other one that I think I want to try to finish, because it's like 80 pages or 90 pages. And then I think I want to get into My Lady Jane. And then Hollowpox is going to have to wait for next week's reading vlog, because I really just want to like dedicate my time to it, and not like rush it and try to fit it into this readathon, which ends tomorrow. So that's the situation. I'm going to go make myself some coffee possibly. My dad has dark roast. Like only dark roast, and it's gross. And the only creamer they have is pumpkin spice, which pumpkin spice with dark roast is just not good. So I might make myself some coffee and see how long I can stay up. We finally got a death. It's like 10 and I finished Truly Devious and I gave it 2 stars. It didn't get better. And the ending pissed me off. So, 2 stars. Now I am going to read Binti, and it is 90 pages. and I think it's 3. The series itself is like 3 novellas, and I will continue. This is interesting, obviously. I'm not expecting like this to be anything but like introductory and kind of like setting the mood and seeing if it's like a story that I'm interested in. But I've heard great things about this, and I'm hoping I'll like it. So it sounds like it's about a woman who gets into a university, but that means that she'll have to leave her family behind. I'm gonna get into this, probably finish it, and then give you my thoughts. It is Sunday morning at like 8 o'clock, and I just finished Binti. I'm gonna give this 3 stars, but I am definitely interested in continuing. This is about Binti, who is the first in her group of people to get into this space school, I guess, on another planet. And on her trip to the school, some stuff happens. And it's super short. It's only 90 pages. This is pretty interesting. Like, the world is really interesting, and I like the different ways that like spirituality mixes with science, and it's just interesting, and I am excited to read the next one and see like this school and just more adventures from her. I kind of wish that I had all of the books so that I could just read the whole thing, but when I get the second one, I'll definitely end up rereading this one. Now I think I am going to start My Lady Jane, which I don't know why I picked all of these big books. This is almost 500 pages. It is $4.91. So I'm definitely not gonna finish this today in this readathon, but hopefully I can get a decent chunk in and give you guys my thoughts on it, if I'll even like it. But that's the deal. So this is I don't know what this is. Is this historical? I know it has a romance in it. I don't know what this is. Let's jump into it and see how I like it. I just want to say there's a character in here named Bash, and it reminds me of Bash from Rain, which that was French court and this is England, but Bash. Guys, so it is time to wrap up this readathon. I unfortunately did not do as well as I would have hoped, but that is fine. So let's go over the things that I read. So the first book that I read for this readathon was A Man Called Ova, which I gave 3 out of 5 stars and completed the prompt for Snow. I then read Monstrous by Marcy Connolly, which I gave 3 out of 5 stars and completed the prompt for, I guess I'll use this for my free space because it didn't really fit any of the other prompts. It's not set at a private school. She doesn't come from a wealthy family. I guess I could use it for free space, but it wasn't a 5-star read. So I will use it for free space. I then read Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, which I gave 2 out of 5 stars, which is set in a private school. I read Binti, gave 3 out of 5 stars, and this fills the nothing prompt. Dang. I didn't complete any of these prompts. I had this for a free space. And I didn't get to my 5-star read. And then I got to page 229 of My Lady Jane, which fulfills the prompt of character comes from a wealthy family. And then my 5-star read was going to be Hollowpox, The Hunt for Morgan Crow, which I did not get to, unfortunately. So I finished the prompt of set in a private school, characters come from, I'm gonna say I did characters come from a wealthy family, even though I didn't finish the book. My free space was Monstrous, and I got Snow is Mentioned. So I only missed one prompt, which was the 5-star read. Can I say we got bingo? I guess that's technically cheating. But those are the books that I read for this readathon. In the description bar below, I will leave the socials for this readathon. Make sure you go and check out the host. I loved this readathon. This is my first year participating, and hopefully they continue it because I would love to do it next year and like actually be able to participate. But I hope you guys liked this video. Comment down below your thoughts on any of the books that I read this week. I would love to hear it. If you participated in this readathon, make sure you comment that down below as well. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Thanks so much.